deal it to? Or who's dealt more? Well, I leave that up to you. I circle round, but you double back every time I turn you. There are facts, well, I guess I met my match. I drew fast, but he drew first. Had to make me bleed to quench his thirst. Oh, yeah. Now I know. This is how it ends. Let's just not pretend that I've always walked this path alone. And you will never see the likes of me again. Though I may have saved you once or twice, it never made me a hero, my friend. With my final breath I repent. I hope to be forgiven for my sins. After all, we were two monsters dead set. He left off his suit and tie, another target on his mind. He did not see me creep up from behind. For one long day and one painful night, I waited to take him by surprise. He was so unaware and unafraid to die. This is how it ends. Let's just not pretend that we never walked this path alone. They will never see the likes of us again. Though we may have saved a life or two, it never made us heroes, my friend. With our final breath we repent. Hope to be forgiven for our sins. After all, we were two monsters dead set to the dead.
Yeah, I walk with broken feet, generations on my back. All the secrets that I keep got me shackled by my past. I can feel it buzzing, no I can't do nothing. I can hear the trumpets, flowers on the coffin. Change is coming. Change is coming. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Change is coming. You can fight it if you want, but some wars you just can't win. Keep on punching underwater, but you'll never hit a thing. Yeah. Now all my blood is rushing. Here's the repercussion. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden someone pushed a button. Change is coming. Yeah, change is coming. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Change is coming. Yeah, change is coming. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Change is coming. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Yeah. Change is coming, change is coming, change is coming. Yeah. Change is coming. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Change is coming. Yeah, change is coming. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Change is coming. Come back to life. The fire inside. The fever is breaking. The shadows are fading away as I sharpen the knife. Can't take me out. No, I ain't going down tonight. Not over yet. Ain't gonna quit. No matter what. Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. Even if I fall, I'll be up again, 'cause I'm a fighter. I am a fighter. I'm a survivor. Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter. Under attack, skies going black, sirens are sounding, I'm screaming, I'm shouting, I'm breaking the silence at last. This is my life, and I'm coming to take it back. Not over yet. Ain't gonna quit. No matter what. Never lay down, never give up. I am a fighter.
Yo! What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. Patrick, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. What about you?
Living the dream. Lower your headphone just a scotch.
All right.
So-
What about now?
I don't like hearing myself. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Howdy, everyone. Patrick, how was your week?
Long.
Was it? Yeah, mine was not. So
It was a long week.
I was telling Chatmaster C, I was like, man, I didn't talk to Patrick all week.
Oh man, it was
I was
a rough
busy.
week.
I was busy. So I was out in the Seattle area. We were meeting with customers and stuff, and I was putting out chairs and holding doors, all the things. And Patrick did not go, so everybody missed you, Patrick. It was everyone was asking about you. So it was good. Back home, got home last night. So good, ready to rock and roll. Hope everyone in the chat's doing well. Had a great week. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you'll learn something today. Maybe you won't. I don't know, but we'll have fun. All right. If you are new to the live stream or GuyaNaCube in general, put #new in the chat. We always love seeing the new faces and seeing who's here. Oh, Kevin. Oh, wow. Kevin said best week ever. Wow. Wonder what made it the best week ever.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me more. So, it's great. Oh, yes. Happy Saturday, everyone. Let's see. Jason said he was in calls with you this week.
Yeah. We had a few calls.
Yeah.
We had a few calls. Someone's
Someone's got to fill the void when I'm gone, right? Someone's got to fill. Jason's happy to fill the void. So he's always happy. Oh, Kevin, yeah, MVP. Oh yeah, congrats to all the MVPs. Got it. That's right. I saw all the tweets.
Congratulations.
So plus Rez is in Barcelona. Nice. I've never been to Barcelona. Maybe one day. Been to Madrid, but I haven't been to Barcelona.
I keep waiting to get my MVP notification, but I never get it.
Yeah. You know, same here. We're not good enough.
I keep waiting.
We're not good
Keep
enough.
waiting.
Oh, yeah, Miss Belinda, 13th award. Congrats. Yeah, I know Paul got it too, like lots of them. Very good.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, no, we got the blue badge. We can't get the MVP. All right.
Andy. There's Andy.
Yeah.
Andy.
Hey, Andy.
That's a cool one.
Good to see you. All right. So let's go to. Gotta remember all the things. So shout out to all the members of GuyaNaCube. You help us do what we do here on the channel. So if you see folks with a green name or the icon next to their name, those are members of GuyaNaCube. So very much appreciate all y'all for supporting us and just helping and sticking around. Most of the members that have been members for a very long time, and so very much appreciate that. Wait, you were the center of our Free Patrick movement. That makes you our MVP. All right, take that. So, sorry, I got to put that back up. I got distracted. If you want to learn more about being a member, check out the link on the screen or hit the join button down below to learn more. No commitment required. Just a big thank you, and appreciate y'all for what you do. Also, Stina in Texas, member for 37 months. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if most of the members have been around for a long time, best investment a person can make is a GuyaNaCube membership. Oh, thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so I did a video on Thursday just talking about where Patrick and I are going to be for the rest of this year. I had to go through and actually list out everything. It was bananas. But one of the things we're going to be doing is FabCon Europe is coming up in September. So definitely go check that out. Make sure you register. If you're in the Europe region or if you want to go to Europe, it's going to be in Stockholm, Sweden. So check out the link on the screen to get all of the info and register. We'd love to see you there. There's a bunch of conferences going on. So like Power Platform Conference is right before it. Patrick and I will be at SQL Conference after FabCon Europe. I know Data Mines Connect is after that. We won't be at that one. But go check out the video I dropped on Thursday if you want to see all the places we're going to be, if you want to come and meet us. But definitely go register for FabCon Europe. It's going to be amazing. So, All right. And then Christian, member for 47 months. Hashtag new some time ago. Yeah, long time ago. Wyatt's in the chat too. Good to see you, Wyatt. It's been a bit time traveling. Yeah, new. All right, let's see if there's other new folks in here. Let's go back a little bit. We got Lulu Tay said newish. I'm like, yeah, I've seen you before. Chimney got PL300. Congrats. That's great. Gene is new to the live stream. Welcome. Let's see. Anyone else? I don't think I saw any other news outside of the fun makers. Nick is new. I think that's it. All right. And then Jason coming in with a super chat. Love it. I got to get it to, where is it? What did he say? Will there be a Gynacube meet and greet in Stockholm? Maybe we can influence, some of the organizers of the event to make some room for us. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Because we've never been there. We should definitely think about doing something.
I don't know if I know anyone in charge though that can maybe help out with some of that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to take that. We'll have to take that as an action item. Let's see what we can do there. That would be amazing. So Nari said they're new as well. Welcome. Is there new to live but used to be video? Yeah. Just if you're new to the live stream or Gynacube in general, we want to hear it. No, there's going to be a power hour, Karthik. That's for sure. That's already there. If you go to the Fabcom website and go look at like the speaking stuff, you will see power hour is there. So yes. All right.
Did you see my face? Did you see my face?
Yeah, I ignored your face. It's fine. I know how you feel about that. Carrie, I defer to the organizers to place it, but Power Hour is there. It's a good slot in terms of putting it at the end of a day, and but I haven't seen the actual agenda, so I don't know. Jason would have to comment, but there's definitely going to be a Power Hour. So yeah, we'll figure out something for Stockholm. We'll figure out something. All right. Rules. We have rules for. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the Power Hour Scandinavian Showdown. That's what we called it, not After Dark. So, but it'll be fun regardless. I know, Patrick. I know. All right, rules. Rule number 1: please put Q: in front of your question. Chatmaster C is standing by to get them queued up. One time is all you need. Do not do it more than one time. If you do it more than one time, then we will put you into a timeout. So please don't spam the chat. One time's all you need. We try to get to all the questions we can, but we don't get to all of them. So sorry. If we don't get to it, you can come back next week. Or if it's a burning question, you want to make sure it gets answered. Super chats always take priority through the whole stream. Regardless of whether you're a member or not, Super Chat will always take a priority. And then members, hold your chat until the second half of the stream. Chatmaster C will let you know when to get your questions in. That'll be on the second half. And then, No, it's a 3-strike rule. 3 strikes. It's baseball reference. So, 3 strikes and you're out. So, Christian, we'll see. All right. So enough of all this talking, Patrick, like we do on the live stream. Let's go to the questions. Whatever. All right. So Sandeep, this is a good, I like this question because there was something that came up last week where someone made a comment, or actually it was Mim. It was with Mim, and I'm like, Mim, what are you talking about? So Sandeep says, what's the difference between Lake House and One Lake? Also, what's the difference between Delta Lake and Lake House? I'll let you go first, Patrick.
The One Lake is where the data for the lake house is stored. But in the case of Fabric, the One Lake is where all your data is stored for all the different computes. Even Power BI, you can even store your tables from Power BI in the One Lake. Yeah. The lake house, it's kind of like a database where you can actually materialize your tables and query the tables. You can even have files there also, but all of it's stored in the lake house. So the lake house uses the One Lake. And so like if you had any other database, it's just a place where all the data is stored. And then the lake house is how you get at that data.
Yeah. So,
And there's two parts. Oh, okay, keep going. Yeah, go ahead.
what? Oh, yeah, the
There's a second
difference
part.
between Delta Lake and Lakehouse. So,
Yeah.
well, and I think Delta Lake is a general concept of just where the data is,
Well,
right?
Well, it's open source, right? Delta Lake is open source, and it's how we've extended the technology so that the Parquet files are ACID compliant, so they have a transaction log pretty much, so they can stay consistent. And so we've extended, not we, but that
Patrick extended it.
Whoever came up with the concept of Delta. So the Lake House, in the Lake House, if you're creating, it was Databricks, right? I couldn't. So, and if you use a Lake House in Fabric and you create your managed tables, you can tell it to use by default it does Delta in the Parquet in the form of Delta, and then that is basically what your Delta Lake is. So it's not tricky, right? Ricky Lake. It's Ricky Lake.
So David said one lake feels like a conceptual thing, though, as you can't really see it without a lake house, and it's not. It's you can see it without a lake house.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, you can. It's not a conceptual thing. It's a actual thing. But Lakehouse is the data storage piece of it, right? That's the think of it like ADLS extended, right? It's storage. And then Lakehouse. So when I think of Lakehouse, also I'm like think of like the engine on top of the data. So like Spark in this case for Lakehouse. And then you've got the UI. I think part of what adds some confusion to this, and to David's point, is that I think the majority of where you interact with Lake or with one lake within the service is through the UI of Lakehouse. And I think that's what causes some of the misconception there. But One Lake Explorer, like in Windows, I can go look at One Lake without anything else. No?
But the computes, the computes is what gives you the structure where you can you can see the files, you can do all types of things that way.
Yeah.
But it's just storage. One Lake is the storage.
Yeah. So, all right, Sandeep. Hopefully we cleared that up.
Oh, we made it even more confusing, but there you go.
All right. Life Biz question. This is what I got rat holed on during the countdown. I have a conditionally formatted. I was doing a whole thing. I was like testing it out. That's what I was doing. So I have a conditionally formatted matrix in Power BI. Is there a way to export the data with the conditional formatting in CSV Excel format? So first, I'll take CSV. No, because that's just a text file. So I don't know how that would even apply. Excel. So with Excel, you can do. So let me go over to my machine. The answer is still no. But
Yeah.
So like in this column, I know it's hard to see, but I've got like different colors here.
Ooh, 8 powers for the win. 8 powers for the win. Paginated report.
Yeah. Hang on. But that wasn't the question. So if I go to export data, you can see here data with the current layout. So export the data, but without any icons, colors, or other formatting you added. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
So the answer there is no. So it will give the layout of it, but not with all the the sparkle that you added.
Unless you use a paginated report.
Now, if you use a paginated report, yes. So that will be because then you're going pixel perfect.
Does it go to Excel? Does all the conditional stuff go?
Yes. So the reason it does, and the reason I know this is because I had what they refer to as a crit sit on the support side. So this is a severity A, which is supposed to represent a server down issue. It came to me as a support engineer, and so I'm like, all right, what's the issue? He's like, well, when we export this to Excel, the color doesn't exactly match what's in the paginated report. For the cell.
Talked about this.
For the cell.
You and I have talked about this one.
And it was like, well, it's like supposed to be this like other shade, but it's like it looks purple when I export it. And so the answer is because it uses Excel's color palette, which is not full featured as what you've got on the paginated report side. So that was apparently a server down issue that was very critical to the business and prevented the business from moving forward. But that's how I will always remember that exporting tables and paginated does give you the color. May not be the color you want, but it's the color you need. So, so yeah. But no, for the export though, it says it right there in the dialog. It says won't include the formatting. So I love it. I love it. Now, what's interesting though is I went to the doc. The doc didn't say that, but the dialog did, which is cool. So yeah. All right, Raul. I also think it's funny, Patrick. We were rat holing on the same one.
Yeah. Look at my screen.
I know, I see it. Yeah, but the other thing. Sorry, Raul. We'll come back to you for a second. But the other thing I did, because this is where like I put the nice bow on things that Patrick sometimes doesn't do. Did you actually export it to the service, or to publish it to the service?
Look,
okay.
I found one that was in the service. Look.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
And
I'm
it didn't
looking at
work.
this.
It didn't work.
Yeah. All right. Well, because what I created, I published the service because inside a desktop you can only export to CSV. You can't export to Excel.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, well,
I
that's
found
not
that out
good.
really. I found that out really quickly.
Yeah.
That little.
So I published it to this was at the 2-minute mark of the countdown. I was like, all right, I published it to the service, and I'm like, nope, there it says it right there in the dialogue. So,
Don't work.
Oop, I went to hit the wrong button.
All right.
All right, Raul.
So back to the other. I'm sorry. Before we do our O's, so I was reading the chat. Back to the One Lake, accessing the One Lake, and I think it was Bernard that said, I don't think you can access it without creating an item. You can't. You can't. Once
because
items
that's what
created,
that registers the like the One Lake piece. Yeah.
Yeah. So just wanted to circle back to that. Thanks for pointing that out, Bernard. All right, go.
Yes. Oh yeah, Melody. So you could do the paginated visual in the Power BI report and do the export from there, and then that works, and you can get some of the interaction stuff with that, which is really cool. So, all right, Raul. He said he didn't say that, but he did.
He didn't say that. I thought
No, he
he
said
did.
he put SQL endpoint. He said SQL endpoint. He said, "Really? Can you?" I don't know what the SQL endpoint was in reference to.
Sorry.
It was
I thought
Mark
somebody
Price
said
Mayer.
that. I thought it was you. I'm just going so many.
Anyway.
Okay, my bad, man. My bad.
He said the app was buggy.
My bad.
That's funny. All right, Raul. All right. Why do we summarize function along with all selected in window and rank functions? Can you help me understand that? Summarize function along with all selected in the window and rank function. That's Patrick.
I don't understand the question.
Hang on.
Do we use all selected? Is that?
That's how I'm taking. Or it's like, I guess when we're doing some of that, like if we're doing visual calcs and we look at the DAX, does that use summarize and like the all selected inside? Right? Yes.
Well, I mean,
Do you have a visual calc
it depends.
on hand?
It
depends.
I don't care. It depends because you don't have to use all selected. I
think the question
it's
that
$1.
So my question or my thing is like, if we're doing visual calc and you look at the DAX, is it using that? And then I think the question is, well, why are you doing that?
In visual calcs. Because it wants to ignore the filters that are coming from the outside. But I mean, keep the filters that's coming from the outside.
Yeah.
And ignore the filters that are applied
Tom
inside
was
the query.
saying
I mean, that's what all
you use
selected does.
all selected within rank X, but summarization is case dependent. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I keep hitting the wrong button, man. I need clarification on Raul Raul said yes. Yes to what? I don't know what yes to. So I think it's the thing I said. Carrie asked Copilot. I think it's the point that during visual calc it's doing that. The one thing I will also say is that sometimes there are things that are done for certain reasons because there's certain optimizations. And this is what happens every time we talk to Marius. I'm like, Mario, why are we doing? I'm like, oh yeah, there's some like internal thing that just makes that better. And it's like, okay, I would not have known that. Like no one else would have known that either. So
Where's Phil? Where's Phil? Where's
well,
Phil?
I would
Where's
want to look
Marco?
though.
Where's
I would want.
Marco?
You don't have a visual calc ready to go?
I don't. I don't.
Because I'd be curious to see what the DAX is on that.
Yeah, I don't have one.
So, all right. Raul, I'm just going to say that they're doing something specifically to get it to work. So, yes. All right. Let's see here. Tofanofo. I'm looking for a way to determine the device a user is using while viewing my report. Is there an DAX magic that can achieve this? No.
You mean there's not a Power Query function?
No. So
that can.
Hang on. Let me see, because I don't think it's out there yet. Oh man, it's like doing funky things. So there is a. Hang on, it's loading. Let me go to my machine. This is what you're gonna get. So if I go to, so if you're an admin, you get access to this admin workspace. So a Fabric admin or global admin, you'll get access to this, and so we can see certain information about what's going on. There is also. There used to be, so like in the workspace one, there was one where you could see like where it's like, is it browser, is it mobile,
It's going away though, isn't it?
The workspace one is going away. This is going to be replacing it. There's some updates coming that I don't think are out there yet, which is why I'm not seeing it. But this will be a way to kind of figure out what.
I thought there was some detail in here somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Drill through activity details. No, that ain't it. But what you're not going to get here is you're not going to get the user agent. The user agent's what's going to actually do per user and like the user agent. And we kind of defer some of that. That's how we know if you're like mobile or embedded or the portal. You're just not going to get exposure to that. And so
Alex is telling you how to drill. Alex is saying group workspace. He said read the chat. He said read the chat.
All right, let's go. Jeez. Man, all right.
He said read the chat.
Wait, where?
I'm telling you.
So
guys,
I know. He said group workspaces, report. No, yeah, I know that, Alex. No. So, no, but that one's going away, isn't it? What I'm saying is that this is going to be like replacing that. So, yes. So if you go to, this is what's currently there. Is if you go to, I knew about this. I didn't show it because it's kind of going away, I thought. Yeah, so if you go into a given report, you can come in here and you can say view usage metrics report. That's going to go through. And this will give you that as well. This will give you like was it browser, mobile, or embedded. But that's all you get. Like, and you can't necessarily track that back to the individual user. So that's just something to be aware of. Yeah, and there's not a whole lot there, so this isn't overly helpful. But you would see what this distribution is. So like PowerBI.com, you'd see whether it's mobile or whatnot here. So, but that's like all you get. So there you go. Whew, long way to get there. But even the log analytics from the workspace, you're not going to get because that's engine traffic, so you're not going to get all of that info. So you're not going to know what device they were on from that level. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
we should capture that. We should.
Yeah. KMF. How do I output the list of values using the accept and concatenate X function, comparing one week to another week using DAX?
What?
How do I output a list of... Why would you want to do that? That's my first question. Like, what are you trying to do?
Because you can return this. You can return with concatenate X.
Oh, you can do anything with concatenate X. I mean, you're just building out a string. That's all you're doing.
I don't understand output a list of values. using the except. I mean,
So Chewy said, repeat the question again. It's on the screen.
comparing one week to another week. Do you want to see it? Do you just want to?
Yeah, I want to
see
know,
it?
like, what's your goal here? Like, what are you trying to do? Because I don't know why you would want to do this. I'm sure there's a reason if you're asking, but list of values. So you want a list of values. You want
for
to
debugging. For debugging. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, you got the
just keep
whole.
going.
Why would? Yeah. All right.
Well, Phil's got it's in Phil's blog.
Yeah.
It's if you go to dax.tips, it's in one of his. I've been meaning to do a video on this for the longest. Let me see if I can find it.
Or how about
You keep moving.
how about this one
not
from
that great
Marco
of a-
and Alberto?
Yeah, I'm not that great of a. Yeah, this is it. The
There's
Fusion
Marco's.
one. In part 2. Of
Alex
Fusion.
and Alex, did mine show up above yours? I just want to know in the
No,
chat
it did not.
because
It did not.
on
It did
mine
not.
it's above yours in the chat. It's like came in right at the same time. No, on mine I got the screenshot, man. Hang on. I'm gonna prove this to.
You're
Look
below,
at this.
man. You're
Look at
below.
this. Look at this.
Is
Hang
the
on.
one you want.
Hang on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Hang on. There you go, Alex. It was like we were like right there.
That's the article you need to read. Ignore them. Ignore both of them and read this article. I'm just slower, but
Yeah,
ignore both of them
yeah.
and read that article.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. But yeah, if your thing is debugging, take a look at those two articles, the one from SQL BI and the one from Phil, and then I read it. Wyatt, I read it when I need to prove something. So no, I was looking at it because I was dropping the link in the chat. That's why I was. All right. Anyway,
Roll with me. Roll with me.
we're having fun, man. All right, Rayanne, this is totally a Patrick question. Any news about dark mode? Not yet. Stay tuned. They're working on it. So they're working on
Sandeep just debugged the question.
it. What? Oh.
I think he helped me understand.
Oh, there you go,
Okay.
Sandeep, man, coming in.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you use concatenating extension. Okay. So you're trying to figure out like you're basically saying what's the difference between these and output that. So
Why would you use concatenate X though? I don't understand.
because you're just trying to generate a string, and
and then compare the strings.
Yeah.
And then compare the strings.
yeah. Yep.
Well, I guess it's not a string, it's a list.
Well, I
But
know,
why
but
wouldn't
if
you
you're
just
just
create two
looking at it,
tables?
it's comma.
But why wouldn't I just put them in two tables and then compare the two tables?
Because it's simple. Well, how would you display that though? Because you're going to get a
it's as
div.
table.
Yeah.
It's got to be if you're displaying a result.
Sure.
I'm right.
Well, especially if you're just doing it in the DAX query view, man. Then you just show it.
You need to
Like
compare.
you're building out a calculated table and then just display that as the output.
And see, Samuel, that's what I'm thinking. You need to do the compare first, then
Right.
output the list.
Yes. I think we all
I'm
said
writing this
that.
down. I'm doing.
It's just a question of how you're outputting the list, whether you're doing concatenate X or the table.
Got it. I'm writing this down. I'm struggling for
Yeah.
video, so.
All right, and then KMF
Right.
came in finally with a description. Hang on, where is
Yeah.
it? Come on.
Yep.
All right, so he said, I want a list of employees' names that appear in one week
Yeah,
to a list of
okay.
names in the following week. So I'm trying to identify
Yeah.
who's missing. Yeah. So the question is, how are you displaying that though? Because you can build out the items. You're going to have a calculated table of some kind.
Yep.
And then the
then
question
you can
is,
display-
do you
but
do
then-
the concatenate X, or you just show it in a table?
But if you do it as a measure
Yeah.
with a concatenate X, then you just return the list of people that's missing. Could do that.
Yeah.
So if I
As a
have
string.
me, you, Alex, and Jason, and then the next week I have me and you, then Alex and Jason is missing. Then I return that as a measure, as a string. Yeah,
Right.
I got it. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
All
I
right.
got it.
Well, so
Maybe a
apparently
video.
Chatmaster C just mentioned that we're at time. We're going. That went by super fast. Oh my gosh! I am so sorry, folks. There are a lot of questions there still. I think we only got through like 3 or 4. So anyway, it was fun. It was a good discussion. So we are going over to member only chat now. So sorry if we didn't get to your questions. If you put them in the list, so member only section is where members and moderators can participate in the chat, but everyone else, you can still watch the stream, but you won't be able to participate in the chat. So if you want to learn more about being a member, hopefully that works. You can check out the join button down below, or the link that just went in the chat, so that you can learn more about it. No commitment required, but yeah, just thank you for checking it out. Also, the super chats always take priority. So if there was a question there that we didn't answer and you want to get it answered, super chat, make sure you type in the question before you do it, and then throw it in there, and that will be prioritized over everything else. All right, heading over to member only chat. Edit. There we go. All right. I think that did it. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Member only chat queue. So one of the benefits of being a member is you can pre-submit a question if you're at the visitor or producer tier. We don't have anything ready to go for today. There was one that came in late yesterday. That was I think chicken sandwiches did put that in. So I did respond to it. But we'll if it's the back and forth, if it's worth it, we'll hit that next week. And then Wyatt coming in with 10 gift memberships. Wow, thank you, Wyatt, man. You are my hero. So the 757, Tofanofo, Dale, Ike, Harry, Nunn, Hachi, Jeff, David, and Irwin all got a memberships. Thank you to Wyatt. Very much appreciated. You're amazing. Yeah, welcome to the chat. So yeah, if you had something, you can get it into the queue. Let's get it going. All right, Ramesh. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on the newly announced Lakehouse schemas, and how would you anticipate it being used with Fabric workloads, use cases, and best practices?
I mean, schemas they're schemas.
Wow, you just shrugged that off. It's like schema.
I mean, I get it. I get the need for schemas, but I'm a really mature database person, and I remember a life without schemas. I do. I remember a life without schemas, and it didn't stop me from doing anything. But a lot of people like to use schemas for security purposes, or separation, or grouping of items, and it's good. It works just fine, and that's how I imagine that people would use them in Fabric.
So, but like, there's nothing special about it on the Lakehouse side, though, right? So, however you maybe used to use this for like a SQL database, like you would, it's the same kind of approach. It's just functionality that's now available there. Yeah,
I'm
three-part
probably
names.
breaking Mark's heart. I'm probably breaking Mark's heart with my lack of enthusiasm for schemas. But a lot of people have been requesting schemas in the Lakehouse. I mean, I can name, probably 100 people that have been, we need schemas, and it does bring you closer, like Mark is saying, right?
Yeah.
To the SQL endpoint. So, I mean, I get it. It's great.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's, but there's nothing unique about it, like that I would approach things on the Lakehouse side that I wouldn't have done for SQL database. So.
Look at Bernard. Now, I remember a life without schemas, man. I do. It was DBO everything. It was DBO everything.
I was at places too where they were like, yeah, I got these schemas, but man, it's just too much of a headache. I'm still using DBO.
It's too much.
It's just too much. It's too much.
But you know what? I had one conversation with someone, and they were using schemas for their layers. In their Lakehouse, which was interesting. So they had, how we talk about the medallion architecture. So they had a schema for gold, and they put everything in one Lakehouse. So, I mean, it's
And then no one remembers the schema name because they're just used to the default of DBO, and then they're like, "What is it?" And it's just
Right, Andy? Look, see, Andy remembers. He concurs. He remembers a life.
Yeah.
Schema.
Just to recap, Patrick, because I don't know that you saw it. I was like, "What are your thoughts on the blah blah blah?" And you're saying you didn't have excitement. This was Patrick. Yeah. Jeez, wow. All right.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for my t-shirt. Was a gift.
Martin.
It's Martin Lawrence. Martin.
Did you watch the new
Alex.
Bad Boys movie?
I did. It was really good. It was actually really good.
The new
I was
Axel F
impressed.
movie wasn't bad either. It met my expectations.
It wasn't bad.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it definitely.
It's not like an Emmy winner of any kind.
No,
but
no. But it was good. It was entertaining.
All right. So Alex had put in the chat, if you enjoy the content, support the creators. Think of it as buying a friend one coffee or one drink a month. It's that cheap and easy. Love it. And then Donald came in with a super chat. Disappeared. Hang on.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Ralph Kimball. 80 years old on the July 18th, 2024. All right. Thank you so much for that.
Yep.
Thank you, Donald. Very much appreciated. All right. Let's go back to the queue. Moving on.
Wait, did we miss Alex's birthday?
No. Wait. What?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Huh? What?
Birthday.
Did I miss your birthday, Alex? Jason. Happy birthday.
Jason just
It's not
threw a
about-
thing in there. Wait. Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah.
What? When was your birthday, Alex?
Oh, next Monday.
Oh.
Not yet. Okay, Monday.
All right.
Okay.
All right. My birthday's
All
on
right.
Friday. So.
That's because you're mature.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the super chat, Jason. Happy birthday to Alex. It's gonna be great. All right. What was that? All right. Moving on.
People outside.
Yeah. Party at Patrick's. No, this coming Friday, Chewy.
Yeah. Your birthday is
This coming Friday. My daughter's birthday was last Friday. So,
Yeah.
lots of
19.
birthdays. Lots of birthdays. Apparently, people do
She
things
turned
in the
19, right?
summer. What?
She turned 19.
Yeah, she turned 19.
Yeah.
So apparently people do stuff earlier in the year, and then stuff happens in July as a result. Yeah. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, Karthik, Git integration in Fabric using Azure DevOps, yeah. As more data engine work is created on workspaces, how to add checks to prevent member contributors from committing changes without approval. So the approval thing, so that's not a capability you can do today from the UI side of it, right? So the integration on the Git side, it's just not if you're giving them member contributor access, you're giving them the capability to do it. And so you're kind of trusting them to do that. If you don't trust them, don't give them that capability. So it's great feedback though, and I agree with you. You'd want to do we do that from a Microsoft Docs perspective. The people submitting the commit, there's an approval of that merge that's going to happen to the main branch. And so right now inside of Fabric, when you do that, there's no it just does it. So yeah, I get what you're saying. And so that's no, because the merge. Hang on a second. So the commitment of a given, if I'm committing to a branch, I can commit it to a branch that I have access to. I already have that said permission. It's when I want to do the pull request of that commit to another branch or repo that's where I may not have the permissions to do that. And so from a Git integration perspective, you're basically declaring that person already has permissions to that repo or branch. And so I'm trying to figure out where the approval process would come in. And this may be just my lack of understanding on the DevOps side. Because if I have access to that branch, I can submit, I can check in a Git thing to that if I have the permission. By giving them member or contributor access, you're declaring they have permission to do that, right? Or am I missing something? Yeah, but the merge is something different. The merge is different, though. So we got to think about that. Because that's going from one to another, so you're going to do that on the DevOps side, I would think, right? not with inside of Fabric. I got to think about that. I got to see how that plays out in the context of one workspace assigned to like one branch. Like there's no like necessarily merge there. So anyway, okay. Yeah, you set it to the workspace. You don't set it to the user, and you've already effectively said they have rights to do that. So I don't think that's I think that's different. So if I'm doing a PR to a different thing, you're doing that on the DevOps side anyway. So you implement it on the DevOps side. Would be my thought. So, okay. Moving on. I think that's right. I might be wrong, but I think it's
Okay.
right.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I know. That gives Patrick full of energy on those topics. Get all the things. User 457, business just started with machine learning. First project, we have been advised to learn R. What? But we're looking at why? Like, okay. Why R over Python? My guess is because they love R. That's my guess.
I'm sure there's some advantages and disadvantages. It depends, Heidi. It depends, right? R is easy to spell.
She was talking about
I'm guessing that.
Stuff.
Well, this definitely depends too.
Piracy,
But this depends. This depends.
R.
This depends.
Well, but that's
But
true with everything
I'm
in
sure-
the languages in Fabric,
Yes,
right? You
but
go
that's
with what
what
you
I'm
know.
about to say.
Yeah, go with what you know.
Yeah. Because if you said do C# or do VB, I mean, it's
Yeah, you do VB.
which
It's
one?
fine.
You do VB.net. VB.net.
VB script, buddy. VB script.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
But you find the advantages of which one works and the disadvantages, and that's the one you know.
Yeah, so Alex said statisticians use R a lot, but if you're a casual ML engineer, I think that's a new title now out there, casual data scientist. Just learn Python. You'll get more flexibility in more places.
Yeah.
And I
There
think
you
there's
go.
also, I think you're still in that shift where I think a lot of people are going to Python. Like in schools and stuff, I think they're teaching that too. And so it's just, it's becoming more prevalent. But R is still there, and you can use it.
But I think Alex made a good point. I didn't even think about it. It is R is because it is for statisticians.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, quit. Yeah, but wait a second. So Alex says, I quit learning machine learning when they released AutoML, but didn't they deprecate that? Like it's going away or something? I thought, or maybe I don't know. But when was the last time I heard of AutoML?
Oh man, we're going down.
I mean,
the
now we
rabbit
got
hole now.
ChatGPT, so it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, Tom G it's just a casual DAX. He only
just casual
casually
DAX.
knows DAX.
casual DAX. That's funny. Yeah. So, but I think a lot of things from a Fabric perspective, though, you'll see that Python is front and center, not R. But that doesn't mean you can't leverage some of those things. So that also reminds me, Patrick, when we went to a certain sports club, and they were like just playing around with Power BI, and they were using the Python visual for everything.
For everything.
It's like everything. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like Phil and Chris were with us, and they were just like, oh, like I don't know how to use the other visuals. So they were creating a bar chart in Python using the Python visual. I'm like, you can just use the bar chart.
Bar charts. You can just do it.
Like, wow.
Because they weren't doing anything.
No,
that
it was
needed.
nothing. No, it was nothing
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
All right. On. And we go.
All right. All right.
We're
So
running
Alex
out of
is
time.
saying AutoML still exists in the real world. Yeah, my world's Power BI, so that's all that matters.
Wait, I thought
That's
your
good.
world was fabric. I thought your world was fabric.
Yeah, sure. That's inclusive.
Okay.
It's Power BI.
Okay.
It's all the things.
Jason, sports club means sports bar.
No. Walter, thank you. Coming in with a super chat. Amazing. Just the super chat. So appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
There was no, hopefully, I don't know if you wanted a question with it, but, it wasn't there. So I don't know. So let's go. Okay, we did the ML. Man, you were like, hey, Patrick, you're like pushing me on, man.
Yeah, we didn't answer a lot of questions at the beginning.
Right. Jason, is there an exact data usage metrics report? Wait, is there
an exact date? You skipped the word.
So,
exact date.
all right. Let me hedge my bet on that comment I made. So there are a lot of discussions around this, and then the overall usage report that's in the admin thing has been going on for a long time, and so that part of that's been a little fluid. And so I don't see it ever going away until we've matched capabilities within that usage report within the admin portal. It's possible that it may not be going away on the workspace. So take that for a sorry if I raised anxiety on people. I'll have to follow up on it. It's gonna be a journey anyway, so it'll be a while.
I'm really concerned about that.
Are you?
Yeah.
I feel it.
So Jason, just call in to support and said Adam told you to, and make sure tell him Adam said don't get rid of it until you're done using.
Well, go to
so
idea. So all right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. That's what you said last week. When you log your feedbacks,
right.
put Adam Saxton said.
Yes.
Don't forget.
And Alex is saying Tim Bindus said the message of it going away in the workspace was prematurely released, because that's what I'm keying up. Like someone said it, but I'm like, this has been dragging on. So
I'm just saying. Adam said. Adam said it's not going away. It does solve everything, Wyatt. It does solve everything. Hashtag Adam said. Go for it.
Yeah. I blame Tim Bindus on this one. Yeah. Yes. Oh boy. All right. Moving on. John. Is there lag and lead in DAX like in t-sql?
You can do it. You can do it. I don't know if there's you could do previous, and there's some previous functions that you can use, and you can set if you want to go forward or back. You can use some window functions. There's ways to do lag and lead in DAX.
Specifically, there's not a lag and lead function.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm waiting for like someone to have a shirt like that at Fabric Conference in Europe. Just tell them Adam sent you. Thomas saying Visual Calcs have that, the lag and lead.
Okay.
Do they? Do you have?
Yeah,
can you do that real
row by
quick?
row.
Can you do that real quick and show?
Let me look.
Usually Patrick's
Hang
on it.
on, man.
Can like.
I don't have a model open this morning. Not a good one, anyway.
No worries, John. John, on the repost, don't worry about that. You're good. In that specific case, like you became a member and posted it, and you're fine on that. So, do you even know how to do Visual Calcs?
Well, it's not there.
What are you talking about?
New calculation. Here we go. I got it.
All right, I'm going to your machine.
No, don't go to my machine.
I'm going to your machine. It's there.
I don't see a lag. No, there's no where. I'm in a Visual Calc right now.
Zoom in. Do 4. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Thomas said previous and next. So,
yeah, that's what I said. Previous.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Yeah. Go.
All right.
That's what I said.
Bam. There you go. All right. Let's go. From 1 to 10, how risky is it to programmatically modify the report layer with PBR files? I mean,
it
depends.
easy now.
It depends.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
Well, it depends on if you know what you're doing. Because if you don't, man, you're going to screw it up. Don't screw it up. So part of this, though, is giving you like a more hardened format of this to where it's... but even before, like people were doing it where they were cracking the PBIX file and they were modifying it. And the team was aware of it and they were very careful about breaking changes because they knew people were doing it, even though it technically wasn't supported. And so, but if you are doing it, it should be okay. The only thing you got to worry about is just breaking changes that may come from a service perspective. But again, the team's very careful about that, and they have been for a long time.
Because think about this, and Rui Romano actually showed me a demo of this. He had a lot of buttons and bookmarks in one report. And even though you copy the visuals from one page or one report to another report, it still doesn't bring all that stuff. And he showed me how you can copy all the bookmarks and just paste them in. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, but you got to know what you're doing.
Paul said, use Tyndall. And I'm like, well, not for the Power BI, not for the report. Or you're saying just use it as a Tyndall format for the report instead of the JSON? I don't know. Ideas, fabric.microsoft.com. So, all right, cool. Yeah, so it should be all right. Should be all right. That's part of the point of it, because now you're also doing it in Git, and you can do all sorts of, yeah. So go to town. Just tell them Adam told you. Let's go to, we have set up Warehouse as our gold data store. Amazing. All right. Power BI reports are using it via direct lake mode. The issue when the table is gold data store are being updated from silver. Power BI reports are showing partial data. There's supposed to be a second part, but I don't see it.
There's a property on your semantic model. Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, you go, man. You're gonna say it.
I forgot the name of the property, but it's about keeping your
It's
model
like the synchronous
in sync.
thing. Yeah, keep it in sync.
And so as you're updating,
you did a video on this recently.
I did. I just can't remember the name.
You just did a
of the
video.
property,
It was like a week or two ago.
I did.
Yeah.
And so it's automatically updating. In this process that you have, you need to orchestrate the refresh as part of your ETL process, your data movement process. And so you can, when you refresh the data house, it reframes and it tells Power BI which files to read. But by default, that property is automatically on. And as people are reading the reports, if you're doing it in flight, right, they're only going to see partial data until it finishes. But if you make it, big part of a larger ETL process, then you can control, that data movement and that data synchronization. So
I'm dropping a link to the video in the chat. So it was reframing your model is the concept. So he talks about it in that video. So because it's like if it's in manual mode and you're not keeping it in sync, you got to go make sure that's part of your process as you update the warehouse, which I would argue is probably what you want to do and not necessarily do the keep in sync. So that way it's just part of your process. Because what if the update fails?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So having more control over it is better. All right. Let's see where we at. Gaston coming in with a super chat. Gaston's a good friend. She said sending this one as a happy birthday this week to Alex and Adam. Appreciate that, man. Alex, I also love they're giving us all the money. I'll hook you up, Alex. When we're in Europe, man, I'll hook you up. Thanks for all of that you do for our global data communities. Kudos for you guys. Appreciate that, Gaston.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, Alex. I got you. Yeah. Pro tip: just hang out with me. Your beers are covered. And I'll ask Patrick for his card. So Jason, we're looking at a temp config of syncing on-prem to Azure. Syncing on-prem to Azure SQL Server. There's a feature on the SQL side that will do that, right? We're fixing it. There's some capability where you can do. I remember Bob was showing this. Bob Ward was showing if you have on-prem and you want to bring that into SQL database, there's some capability there. I think it's part of SQL Server 2022 and going to Azure. I forget what it was called, but there was something there. And then mirror Azure to OneLake for Fabric. Any significant considerations, inherent limitations? I mean, so from a Fabric perspective, so in that whole thing that you mentioned, Fabric doesn't care about the sync from on-prem to Azure SQL database because all it knows about is the Azure SQL database, right? So that's it. And so the only thing is the lag of the data because you've got a lot of moving pieces there. And if something fails, under debugging where the breakdown was, those are the things to consider on that front. But yeah. So Alex is saying, look, Could you wait for the on-prem support for mirroring? So there's mirroring support for on-prem. So the question is could you wait for that? But the other thing is like, is there other reason why you're trying to get it to Azure SQL Database beyond Fabric? If it's just for Fabric and we've got the on-prem mirroring capability coming, then maybe that'll just fix it for you. So those are things to consider. But no, I mean, no inherent thing just outside of in terms of limitations, check out the limitations on mirroring because there are limitations on that front from the replica perspective. So be aware of that for sure. Patrick was hitting some of those when we were doing some of the mirroring
Some
stuff.
data type things.
Yeah, so there's
data type.
yeah, just be aware of that. But beyond that, like just realize that you've got to manage all of that. So, all right.
So, yeah, Heidi, right? Some data type limitations.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So let's go to John. Okay. Back to the accept and concatenate question from earlier. Is there a t-sql? We already did that. Why?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got it.
So in Visual Calcs, right? Somebody confirmed. Somebody was saying
Toma-
that, and
Toma
it is,
did.
right? But if you're outside of Visual Calcs, you still can do lag and lead. You just would write your own function, or you can use same period last year, and there's different functions you can use to do it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mark is coming in with a bunch of stuff, so he's on the team that's doing the mirroring stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Just give Mark a hard time.
Yeah.
Just give Mark a hard time.
All right, Robin. We're getting good. Time's almost there, and we got this and 2 other questions in the queue right now. So that's it.
Yeah, you
may finish
can
this out.
spend a long time on one question though.
I'm called Speedy is my middle name, man. What are you talking about?
Speedy.
Yeah.
Speedy. Think about so if Speedy is your middle name. Think
I'm
about
the one. Yeah. Go ahead.
think about what your initials are, including all 3. I'm not gonna say it out
Oh,
loud.
yeah.
But Speedy
Oh,
is
yeah.
your middle name.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Speedy is
That's why they gave me that middle name.
Speedy is your middle name. Think about what your initials are, including your middle
Yes.
name. Good
all right.
night, Gary.
All right. Good night, Carrie. All right. Need to put hourly data in a line. Oh, this is a Patrick. Get Patrick going on hourly data. Oh my gosh. Need to put hourly data in a line chart that should span the width of the visual by year, month, and day. Ooh, that's a lot.
What?
That's a lot. I can do this by making hours the legend. Is there another way? Well, that's how are you gonna read that data though? Because if you're going through a year's worth of data at the hourly level, like you're gonna run up against like the data points within a visual, right? Like it's not gonna. How do you consume
24
that?
hours in a day,
That's a lot.
365 days in a year. Ooh,
It is
I'm
a
not
lot.
sure.
So yeah, like I don't even know what that looks like. I mean, yes, the legends will do that for you. So there's also a way if you've got like if you do it as a tree, like a hierarchy, there's ways that you can output and so they're grouped together. But even that I mean, you're not gonna be able to visually read that. It's gonna look awful. But that's another way to do it. I would go back and go like, guys, like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to gain from this and rework it? Because I just don't see how that's going to be useful. Or like how you even.
Well, she said Robin said.
And I'm sure Robin did all of that.
They're looking for spikes, right? They're looking.
Okay, so you're looking for the
spikes.
outliers. Looking for the outliers. So could we come up with something else that just gives them that instead of like here's everything? Just say like, look, this is the list of the anomalies that we found, and like figure out what they are, and then visualize that, and say if that's what they're trying to target to go look at, boom, here you go, here they are, without looking at everything, because everything else is just noise. So we could probably narrow that down. Yeah, Paul. So the ways that I know though, you can do if you've got a hierarchy like within the visual, like for the access label stuff, there's a check mark there that you can like make sure they're displayed a certain way so you can see the grouping. I think it only does 2 layers of the grouping though, not 3. So, but if you did like month and like if you concatenate, it had like a month year value and then the hourly, like that might do it, but still it's not going to look good. Yeah, the continuous x-axis. Yeah. But it's not going to look good. So, they saw a TV show, The Crazy Mouse. Oh my gosh.
See, there's the whole 3 minutes going.
All right, no. We got one more.
One question.
We got one more. All right. So, all right. Are you seeing any visual calcs out in the wild? I am not. I see them in demos, but now, in fairness, though, like with what we do day to day, like we don't necessarily get exposure at that level. So it's not a fair question. So I'm sure they exist.
Sorry for that.
I'm absolutely sure they exist. I will say though, the customers I talk to, they're not. A lot of them aren't aware that it's there. So, and also a lot of companies, especially bigger companies, the ones that we work with, a lot of them lag on getting the updates of Power BI Desktop out to their users. And so some of them may not even have visual calcs yet because they don't have the latest Power BI Desktop. So, or they're forcing like beta features, things like that, or preview features, things like that. So yeah. All right, we did it, Patrick.
Yep.
We did it. Another one in the books.
And another one. And another one.
And another one. Yeah. All right. We're at the end. You're gonna be next weekend. We're around.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right. You're here next weekend.
Yeah.
Good. And then any closing words of wisdom, Patrick?
Oh man, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. I procrastinate a lot.
Yeah, we both do.
And the guy that I'm on with is probably the king of procrastination.
What?
And so, a little advice I got from someone recently was set realistic goals. We, as IT professionals, I was about to call us nerds again, we always think we can accomplish all the things but set some realistic goals in your life. It reduces the stress, but it also helps you achieve, the things that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
That's my
I love it.
wisdom. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining in. We'll be back next Saturday, so bring your questions if we didn't get it. And then, outside of that, enjoy next week, and hope you learned something out there. Later.
Never dealt with chemical reactions. It comes down to this day. You're gonna be a tough act to follow, and you better believe it. Just take a bite and see that it's gonna be too much to swallow. You better believe it. Yeah, I got one more trick, but you're gonna be a tough act to follow. All the people wanna get in the circus, trying hard to keeping up with the Joneses. Everything has got a trouble and purpose.